Hello everyone, I welcome you all to ATM Creations. This is a 10-inch MDF base. I found center, drew some circles, created grids. The angles are marked at 30, 60, 90, 120 and 150. The same way I have marked in this part of the circle too. And in this video I'm going to give you a lot of tips which I personally use for dotting and creating swipes. So stay tuned till the end. I'll start with dotting in the center using a lemon yellow. Now the circle is actually bigger than the dot, so you can either opt to leave the remaining space as it is, or you can keep some more dot and then fill it up with the dotting tool. I have just made my dot bigger. There is still a space, but I am opting to leave it as it is. When you keep a plumpy dot, there is a mountain kind of a thing that's created. I really love that when the paint gets dried. It's very rare that I fill the circle with the paint using the dotting tool, so I leave the mountain as it is. For the next circle, I'm going to use this tool. You can either opt to dot on the line or you can dot in the grid. Now I'm going to dot within the grid. I'm using golden yellow. If you are keeping tiny dots immediately after keeping these bigger dots, you can use an appropriate sized tool and you can touch upon the paint here and then dot. So this creates tiny dots. So you don't have to use the paint pots again. This is cream yellow. Now I'm going to dot on the line. As a beginner, if you dot on the line, it's going to be easy for you to maintain the symmetry. There are many things that you can do to fill the gap in between any two dots here. I'm opting to keep two side swipes. Now in this circle, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to start with dotting on the line, but without worrying about anything else, I'm just going to keep on dotting in the entire circle. Let's see how it goes. So in this scenario, it's always better that you don't pick up a lot of paint, but you dip only the tip of the tool and gently keep dotting. There shouldn't be a gap between any two dots, but the dots should not be over each other. When you do this, sometimes it will end up so perfectly spaced. Sometimes one or two dots may get over each other, but that's fine. It is those small imperfections that makes the handmade artwork more perfect. Now I'll keep tiny dots in orange. When you keep tiny dots from the main dot, and when the tip of the tool touches the main dot, it shouldn't touch the surface there, it should only touch the paint. So you need to be really slow when you touch the main dot. Now I'm going to dot with scarlet. Now I'll keep tiny dots in scarlet. I'm going to keep some straight swipes in lemon yellow. I'll keep plumpy dots and then make it to a swipe. I generally keep dots all over the circle, then start making it to a swipe. But if you're a beginner, you can keep plumpy dots in 25% of the space, like for example 4 dots, and then use the tool to make it to a swipe. The amount of paint needed to create a plumpy dot depends on the length of swipe you want to create. So here it is quite lengthy, so I'm keeping a lot of paint. Otherwise, one single dot will be enough to make it to a swipe. I'll keep some golden yellow dots now. If you want to keep these dots at an equal distance against each of these swipe here, one thing that you can do is to draw circles, some 3-4 circles according to the number of dots that you want, so that you can maintain the distance exactly. Or you can take a small ruler and mark 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, something like that, so that you can still maintain the same distance. Now I'll work the dots in golden yellow. Now I'll keep cream yellow dots. Now I'll work the dots in cream yellow. When you have to walk the dots in a lengthy space, this is what I personally do. I'll keep first few dots individually, and then halfway through I'll start working the dots. So in this scenario, I'm keeping 3 dots individually, and from the 4th dot onward, I'm working the dots. Again, how many dots you keep individually and when do you start working the dots, it all depends on how big or small you want the dots. And the second thing is the amount of space you have to work the dots. Now I'll keep some scarlet dots. Now I'll keep orange dots. I kept scarlet dots before I keep orange dots here because I wanted to adjust the space perfectly. So I kept the scarlet first, and now I'm keeping orange next. Now I'll work the dots in orange. Now I'll keep some cream yellow dots. Now I'll work the dots in scarlet. Now I'll keep some orange dots. I'm sure this dot mandala came out really well. Thank you for watching this video.